Right on cue.
Right on cue.
There you go. We're fucking in.
We're in. We're on.
Get in.
We're in. We're on.
It's 1,000,000 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Get out of
Welcome to Friday night, Saturday morning. Thanks
Friday
for tuning in. We're in San Francisco tonight. Well, I'm not. Everyone else is in San Francisco.
We are.
I'm in Osaka. Fun fact, everybody. I just remembered this. Did you know that, like, Osaka and San Francisco are in fact twin cities?
I didn't know that.
Did not know.
Didn't know that.
Tune in next week for another fun fact.
I don't have any fun facts about San Francisco. Oh, Briggs is the only person on this who's not originally from the British Isles, even though me and Allan would disagree.
But
with being part of
he's
it.
called Briggsy.
Yeah,
He's
cool.
called Briggsy.
I do have a connection to the Mayflower. So,
Do you?
yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Via Newcastle.
Oh,
May as well.
all right.
Allan doesn't like to see himself as part of the British. Oh, wait, no, are you
Well,
part-
I mean, yeah, I mean, British. What I don't like is when people say England, but meaning everything, meaning
Yeah,
all of Britain,
Yeah. We don't
because that happens a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Because I'm from Cornwall. He's from Scotland.
I was actually born in Surrey, Hazelmere, Surrey, but moved when I was about 6 months old. Don't remember it, obviously, but yeah, that's
So
it.
we got a bit of a British thing.
Kind of a
And
British thing.
I don't think I've got. I do have some. Actually, you know what? I do have more British than not records. So
Can't wait.
time.
It's gonna be. I can't wait. It's gonna be a great show. We're excited for this one.
We're fucking excited.
Let's do the housekeeping. Get that out of the way.
All right, go on.
It's very quick. It's very easy. All you got to do is like and subscribe. It's very simple. There's a button for it. Press it.
I'm struggling with the backwards thing. Isn't it? Fucking
All right. That's it. That's the
Like,
housekeeping.
subscribe.
Let's open the chat.
I feel bad that I'm not in a record dungeon, but then nor is Allan, so I feel
Well,
okay.
I'm in
okay.
a garage.
I'm in a garage too, sort of.
And got to say, best curtains we've had so far. If they
Yeah.
are indeed,
They are indeed curtains.
they
These
are indeed curtains.
They're hiding the garage doors. But this is my office when I'm working from home.
I'm in front of my current record collection, which is fucking nothing.
There's my record collection right here.
That's
Spotify.
right, mate. We don't need it. That shit no more.
There you go.
Actually, I can't be in the house because the whole
Look at that
family's
waste.
in there.
Look at that. Like your apartment would be spacious, Mike, if you didn't have all that.
Exactly.
Like
I could put a
plastic
bed in
ring
here and
around.
everything. I wouldn't have to stand up
Yeah.
sleeping if I
Yeah.
got rid of all this.
You have the most spacious apartment in Osaka.
It's actually look, check it out. I can almost touch the side. Shall we get going? Shall we
All
get
right.
going?
Who's in the chat? I'm not. Is anyone in the
I
chat?
want to
Nobody.
see some chat. I want to
Well,
see
there-
some
there's-
fucking...
Okay, there's people watching. They just haven't shown themselves.
Start chatting. I want to see some bad
Don't be
shit.
scared. Don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
Reveal yourselves.
Chat
us.
is one of the main features of
Yeah.
this show. Very important.
I realise I can't type back. I have to say it back.
Say it back.
Yeah.
Don't touch that keyboard.
All right, I'm not touching nothing, but I'm all about please start rinsing.
Or help us out when we
We can
get
take
stuck.
it.
When we make
Or
Well,
it.
give
help
us something to make fun of.
Yeah, I want to be made fun of. All right, how do we do this? A round robin?
A round robin. That's the term.
Right.
I've been waiting for 73 episodes to figure out what that term. Yeah, I'll go first. We'll go around. We'll do one each.
And then we have to guess what you have to guess what your job is. Wait, what?
Yes.
One of us is lying. You have to guess which one.
Yeah, is that what that is? It yeah.
There we go.
San Diego's in the house. What's up?
All right, San Diego.
Hey, there you go.
Oh, thanks,
it's all
Louis.
happening now. There you
Thanks,
go.
Louis.
There you go.
Wow.
St. Louis,
Nathan Lewis.
San Diego. There you go.
Hi, Nathan.
Nice.
There you go.
I'll
All right.
turn off now if I was you, mate. But anyway,
Subtitles on.
yeah. Come on, Mike. Let's go. What you got?
Let's get going. Let's stop. Let's get going. Let me just pour my beer. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. Look at the head on that.
Look, yeah, terrible, right?
She said.
There's a hint. I'm not a barman. Well, or maybe I am. I don't know. Right? I could be.
Ahoy!
Ahoy, Scoots!
Ahoy!
Can you see? I've got one of your records that you. Can you see it? It's hidden now. There you go. Government warning. There it is. Scoots. It's one of Scoots'
Was that Scoots? Prime Directive?
designs on the government warning. Hey, Mike's here.
Right.
There you go.
I saw a government warning in San Francisco. They're really good.
Nice.
No,
All right.
We're good.
Let's get going. Short, sharp shock. It's been a while since I've done a short, sharp shock. And this is very short, very sharp, and quite shocking. It's new. Just came out. Iron Lung Records.
Okay.
Yeah. Iron Lung Records are very, very prolific. Let's put it like that. They put a lot of records out. They've already put out like uncountable records within this year. I can't keep up. I can't buy them all. I do listen to most of them. This one that I just picked up this week is probably my favorite that they've released this year. It's a Portland, Oregon band. I think they're a youngish band.
I think I know.
It's ugly. I mean, Iron Lung Records is kind of known for its.
Is it a single?
It's not a single.
Okay, because I got
Full
one.
length. Well, it's an LP stroke,
Okay, go on.
12-inch. Very ugly. You know, Iron Lung is kind of known for its very ugly, misanthropic, discordant hardcore, and this is exactly that. Great artwork too on this one. It's the Reek Mines.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
I played it on the radio the other day.
I mean, this one, like, to me, like, stands like head and shoulders of all the kind of like ugly, fast, nasty, dirty, violent hardcore that's been coming out. It's just something about it. It's kind of catchy, you know. It's kind of, the songs are really well written. The production's like really nice, big bass. I don't know, really kind of stands out in the kind of Iron Lung discography.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. It's fast as fuck and it's mad.
It's really, really fast, but it's like, it's not like blast beat fast. It's like that. It's like super, super like fast hardcore with very like nice time changes. It's kind of like not evil, but it's not like a lot of like the US hardcore that's been doing the 80s thing where it's kind of like, you know, it's not like Electric Chair or Gun or The Hell. It's more disgusting.
Yeah, it's really dirty. I mean,
Reeks.
I always think about like Iron Lung. They're kind of like the American equivalent of La Vida Somos in London, where they do kind of have a little bit of the pick of the fucking top hits, you know? And
Definitely.
they're really good at it, like picking out what. I mean, fucking Brain Tourniquet album from last year was probably my favorite album of the year, right?
That is a monstrous record. Amazing. Again, it's in the style, but it just stands out. Yeah.
But they get to pick, so I think that they're one of those labels that if you don't know anything about hardcore, you could be like, "I'll give that a go."
Right.
It's probably going to be good. You know, some of their stuff gets too mad, but
this is
I think,
right.
no, I mean, because there is a lot of stuff that, like, I don't listen to a lot of, like, blast beat hardcore or whatever, but the thing with Iron Lung is, and because they don't just put out that, they put out a diverse array of stuff from hip hop to whatever, right? But if they're putting it out, I'm going to check it because I know it's probably the best of that thing that is coming out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely, like, you know.
Yeah, I listen to everything they put out.
Yeah.
And whether or not I buy it or not is a different thing. But in general, if you look at percentage, it's probably quite high because it's usually quality. They're good people. You know it's going to be decent, looks good. And they're always half a step ahead of me, you know, where like I haven't heard the demo yet and they've done the record. I'm like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like how many like demo tapes like Jensen and like and Paco 2 get like every week? It must be crazy, right?
I think they probably just they must do just word of mouth from your mates. That's how it goes, isn't it? You just get the call like, oh shit, that band, and then they probably just do it from word of mouth. You know, you're not going to be listening. They're not looking. I don't think any of those guys are looking for things to put out.
I don't think so either. I think you're right. Yeah,
they just get it. They just go like, oh, this band's ripping. Oh fuck, I'll do it.
Yeah.
That seems like how they do it. And, you know, I mean, Iron Lung played here with Brain Tourniquet and like Jensen, those guys who like, dude, you're my age, man. Like, and they ripped it. Iron Lung still ripped it. And Brain Tourniquet played and ripped it. And it was like, fuck. So, yeah, that was a good hit.
It is. It's like, there's another record they just put out by an Italian band called Sect Mark, which is also, it's good. I haven't shown it on this show, but this one is like the hit of the year so far for me.
I haven't listened to that yet. I had their 7-inch. I don't know if they have more than one.
I think they have 2 7-inches, right? I think.
I have one. It's really.
And then this is like the first album of it. So.
Hold on. I'm just trying to think about what the other ones, because they just put out like the Extortion Australian band. They put that out again. Sect Mark, yeah. Self-Obliteration, that's really good.
Sect Mark, and then like Crawl Space is another one that I haven't checked out yet.
They're from Seattle.
I think so.
Yeah. The Nasty's good. Crawl Space, yeah. Nasty's good. Obviously, they do Le Ben and Tone, who I fucking loved.
Physique, they did do Physique.
Yep.
That Physique was really good. There's me trying to pretend that I know about like noisy hardcore. I do like Physique.
But it's funny though, like the sort of the blurb, you know, the Iron Lung sort of description on Bandcamp says, you know, if you've ever wanted to kind of hear Void covering Negative Approach or Lam doing Poison Idea, this is what this is. And that's kind of fair.
I don't think it's like that.
I think there's more like Septic Death in there as well.
Yeah, it's way noisier.
Yeah, you're really selling it to me. Yeah.
I did not write those words. But
it sounds like a door slamming in the depths of hell, Alan.
Really fast.
It's great. It's like
really
noisy,
fast.
dirty, but very like listenable and kind of a fun. Fun might not be the right word to use, but it's like it's a good listen. You want to play it again when it's finished. You know, it's not like Jesus Christ.
It is
like way too noisy. It's like kind of catchy and fun. And
excellent.
Make a shopping list.
Write down.
Right, write that one down, Briggsy.
Reek Minds.
Otherwise, I'm gonna forget. I look at band names all day long.
Malignant Existence.
Look at that cover; it's fucking mad as well.
It's a good cover too, right? Yeah.
Listen, love that. All right, good one.
That's my first pick.
All right, who's next? We go round in Robin. Is it me?
Round Robin Brooksy, you're up.
All right, here we go. Brand new.
Oh, no build up, straight in. Boom.
Dynamite. Boom.
Boom.
All right, what do you guys know about Dynamite?
I know you played it for me at your house, but I don't remember anything about it.
So
I ain't got nothing on it.
Blow the fucking doors off. That's what it's called. So this is a brand new record on Quality Control from London, which is another one of those labels that's always a good one to get, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Doing a lot of metal stuff now, more metal than I personally like, but I love them. All right, fuck off. Oh my god. So Dynamite is brand new, and it's London hardcore dudes. But the reason I brought it out is because because it got the guy from the Flex sings on a song.
All right.
Who are kind of a hip-ish band, but it also has Graham from High Vis singing on a song. Because Graham used to be in a band called Dirty Money, who did a split with Cold World. So they come from that hardcore world. So it's Graham singing like he did in Dirty Money, but you could hear the Liverpool accent. It sounds kind of like the High Vis thing, but it's full on hardcore. It kind of sounds like Side by Side or some like mid-era New York hardcore, not hardcore, but when it's sort of dirty. Do you know what I mean? Not straight edge, but like breakdown, side by side, that kind of thing. So it sounds like that, but they have all these different people singing on the songs who are kind of like hit makers in England, right? So I was like, what the fuck? And so I don't know the other guys in the band, but the way London works is I'm sure they were all in these other bands. And London's got a really fucking great scene right now in hardcore. Really good. Like from the sort of beatdown stuff, they had the whole new wave of British hardcore and Quality Control avoid. And then there's Northern Unrest. It's a split Release is another label that does that kind of stuff. So it's sort of, the back cover has like the dude jumping and, it's hardcore. Like good hardcore.
Good, real. Like
it's like 5 songs. Like, it's fast as fuck.
Maybe a bit like Raw Deal. Paul is.
Yes, exactly. Like that. Like it's kind of like that demo that you wanted to hear. It's like that. But it's all the dudes you probably know, but then you suddenly hear someone, you're going, wait, that's the guy from The Flex. That's, So, yeah, look at the cover. It's got like a cartoony fucking dude. And, what's not to like about this shit? You know what I mean? That is everything I like about a record,
That's funny because I haven't heard like the guy from High Vis's hardcore band, Dirty Money, right?
Dirty Money, yeah. If you ever watch them play, watch the Outbreak, them playing Outbreak in 2022, they come in with this fucking beatdown hardcore thing and everyone's going mad. And he goes, Dirty fucking Money before they start. So, yeah. And when I saw them, I was obviously heckling Dirty Money and that. And he's like, oh, fuck. Like, but no, those dudes have been around forever. And I don't know the dudes in this band. But, it comes with like a little photocopy thing. And the dudes all look fucking hardcore as fuck. Like, that's what you want.
I like that it is a bit goofy looking.
Yeah.
The logo is not.
Oh, yeah, shit.
It's like the logo is not like in old English or whatever. It's like,
dedicated to real hardcore, love it or leave it.
It's not even like graffiti writing. It's like kind of like the Stupids or something, which is like it's just written daft. It's not trying to be hard. It's not looking like it's trying to be hard.
No, there's nothing about being betrayed or unity. It's not straight edge at all. It's about like the reason, dynamite stomp. It's more hardcore than straight edge. It's definitely not a straight edge. Right. But anyway, this is my favorite of the last few months, and it just slipped under.
It's brand new. It's out this year.
Brand new.
2
weeks ago. So, nice. But it's one of those ones I have a feeling is going to come and go real quick.
Oh yeah.
Because the people that are on it, I just have this feeling it's going to come and go.
Gotcha.
So anyway, that's my number one.
Beautiful. Just as a bit of an aside to that, are we in with High Vis? Do we like them?
Absolutely love them.
You love them. Okay.
Love.
I'd love to see him live. I think it would it would come alive for me a bit. I do like him, but I think it would really come alive.
So we love them, and my missus, her favorite band's the Marked Men, and I've ruined music for her, and because of what I've done. And so she loves Marked Men, and she went to High Vis, and she said that's the best thing I've seen since then. And she's 100% all 2 feet in. She was like, I fucking love this. And they smashed it here.
I feel like the records don't do them justice. Am I right in saying that? Like, I like them, but there's something missing maybe on the...
Once you've seen them, the records make more sense.
Right.
The records are live, they're certainly harder and come off as more of a hardcore band, but the songs are still the same.
Right.
It's funny to see a room of hundreds of young men singing songs about therapy and mental health, though. It's pretty refreshing.
Yeah.
But also, what they have is that they're really tight, they're really good, the records are really good, but the singer has the thing.
Yeah.
He has the presence, like he commands the room without being a prick. Like he's just that guy where you're like, oh shit, and he's very sort of humble, but also rips it. And I don't know, live, they're something else.
Yeah, I want to see them. I hope they come to Japan at some point.
They will. I think they're going to be on a big hit coming up. I think they're going to be
one of them.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Beautiful.
Before we move on, I just wanted to say I see the chat, guy Ryan saying he's getting hospice care with his dad, and that does suck. So Ryan, yeah, shout out to you there, mate.
Yeah, take it easy, Ryan. Ryan's a regular viewer.
All of us who have older folks, we've been dealing with some.
Yeah.
Let's put up his his last message there. So.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hang in there, Ryan.
Anyhow,
take it easy.
Go on, Al.
All right. Don't know what I'm going to do now.
Cardigan core.
Thinking. Cardigans. I'm trying. So where am I going to go after that? After those two things,
go soft, Al. Go soft.
Go wherever you want.
I'm going to go soft. So,
go soft.
So I'm going soft. So this one is something that I bought a while ago, and then this one is one of those things that sat for a while. I bought it and it sat for a while. I hadn't listened to it, and then finally I was like, "Oh, I'm going to put this one on." And if we're familiar with Current 93, Coil, stuff like that, there's a connection here. But this is
Nazi death rock.
It's Rose McDowell. He was
Strawberry Switchblade.
One of the singers of Strawberry Switchblade. And but after, obviously Strawberry Switchblade, Justin, you might not have experienced it this way, but for us in the UK, Strawberry Switchblade were a huge pop band, chart topping pop band, on top of the pops, and smash hits, teeny boppers. But Rose went on, to have quite a long career in sort of like more of the underground music circles, kind of goth circles or whatever. There's another album that I brought for context. That's like Cut Me With the Cake Knife. This is a solo album, and this is
that's such a different aesthetic to like the Strawberry Switchblade.
Yeah. But musically, this is more similar to that. This is a poppier record, but more people may enjoy this record. This one is more kind of like your doom folk, kind of spooky, but great songwriting. The thing is, a great songwriting. She's got a great voice, and this was produced, I think, with her husband at the time, just the two of them, and they're in a house in the country, and. But it's really good, and these are both on a label. To bring it all around, these are both on a label called Night School Records, which is run by a guy called Michael Kasparis in Glasgow, and you might know of him as the guitar player in Anxiety, or maybe he was the singer in Anxiety, and guitar player in The Lowest Form with Paco.
I didn't know that.
But his label is a fantastic label. It's a really diverse label, and a lot of my favorite stuff that's come out in the last few years has been on that label. He's done from the Rose stuff to Molly Nilsson to Patience, probably other stuff as well that I'm forgetting. But really, kind of his own. He's got his own group solo project thing called Apostille. That's kind of electronic and kind of a little bit.
I haven't heard that album.
This one, yeah. I mean, I hadn't even heard of its existence till he put this out. But she was connected to. I think she sang with Current 93. She played with Current 93. I mean, she's Rose McDowell. I think she was married to Drew McDowell. Their brother sister related. Drew McDowell from Coil and all of that. So. It's a bit. It's on the kind of industrial. That record's not industrial, but like she's in that world of like kind of.
Yeah, because I can't handle a lot of that.
Psych folk. As long as there's songs.
Yeah, that's what I mean. As long as there's songs.
As long as there's songs. I mean, I'm a like a unapologetic pop fan.
I know, as long as there's songs, because a lot of that stuff is just fucking noise. I get it. People love it.
Yeah.
But I never got it.
But I mean, I know it's questionable, all this sort of like Death in June, Current 93 stuff or whatever, but like,
I mean,
there are songs. Pardon?
Nazi death rock adjacent.
See, I'm not. Yeah, I don't really. Well, who knows?
They're not. I mean, it's like White House and all those people. They're all like shock factor folk. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
they do attract a lot of wrong thinkers.
You know what? It's funny because I just actually rebought like the Strawberry Switchblade record after not like listening to those songs since like mid 80s.
Yeah,
it's a great record.
Yeah. Well, actually, Michael put out a 7-inch. It's either a 7-inch or double 7-inch last year or the year before of Strawberry Switchblade demos.
Ooh.
Brilliant. Yeah. Worth checking out.
Good one.
Yeah. All right.
Briggsy.
Briggsy,
Are you the MC now? All right. My first pick is a really weird one.
Nice.
Recorded in Oslo, Norway in 1966.
Jesus, Briggsy.
Whoa.
I find myself listening to a lot more jazz these days, probably because I wasn't really exposed to it most of my life, and it's sort of new, and I'm still just feeling around what I like, and most of it I don't.
66 Oslo.
This one I do. It's Charles Lloyd in Europe.
Nice.
There's a lot of flute on this record.
Oh.
A lot. It's super mellow, really atmospheric. It gets pretty free, but never like to where it's unlistenable and just skronking along doing nothing, just making you mad. But I don't know.
I struggle with the free, Briggsy. I
really like it. It's mellow. There's actual songs.
Is this a reish or is it a OG?
This is old one. This is not an expensive record.
This is a.
It's probably like $5.
Like Charles Lloyd, he had like, was it his first record? He recorded with like a kind of like a lot of like rock guys, right? And he had a big hit.
I think he did. I don't really know that much.
Famous record that you find like everywhere. It's really good. It's kind of like it's jazz, but like mixed with like kind of like psychedelic pop of the era. And he had like, it's something Flower. Let us know in the comments. But it was a huge hit. That's like his biggest record was that one record that
he did millions of records, man. I'm just looking right now.
He did.
Did the Beastie Boys sample him?
Probably, yeah. I would imagine so. Yeah, he's a flutist.
This one,
yeah. That one is also a big one, but that's not the one I'm thinking of. There's another one.
This one?
not even that one.
No, Justin's flexing.
These are all not expensive records.
No.
I left all my weird records in the house. I thought you were coming in hard, Briggsy. So I was like,
no.
I'm going to come in.
I'm showing you things that I'm listening to. Is what I'm doing.
Fuck. Well, I wasn't allowed to because I tried to and I was told I wasn't allowed to. I was just going to bring Acid House records. I was told I wasn't allowed to bring them.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right,
Something Flower is the name of that Charles Lloyd album where he had a big hit. And then he could kind of like survive off that like big hit that he had.
I mean, he did a lot of records.
Yeah, he did.
To now. Don't know him, but I don't like the look of the fucking him with the flute, mate.
That's his instrument.
I know,
but look at that. Come on, look, show that picture again, that one on the back. Look at that. Come on. Look at that. Look at that.
I think this one. This is not the one I was talking about.
A flute.
This one, I think, was this was recorded at the Fillmore.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, so it's not only is it jazz, it's hippie jazz.
Yes,
that's exactly what I was trying to say. What I was trying to describe.
Sausalito Ceramics.
Jeez,
Pottery Studio Jazz.
All right, so people like it though. Awesome about the jazz tip. Let me know you want to know that punk junk clogging your piles.
Very open-minded demographic.
Paul just wants the Bonzers. Breaks Bonzers.
I could have brought some more open-minded stuff, Mike, but I felt like I was pushed into a hole.
One's enough.
All right, yeah. I didn't bring any, but I have them.
All right,
I have them.
Cheers.
Now that's out of the way.
Now it's nothing but Earth Crisis Records. Earth Crisis Confront, please, from now on.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go crazy and mix up my order just because of two words that Brooksy said.
Earth Crisis and Confront. Yes, get in, Mike.
No. No. Rewind back a little bit. You're talking about your dear wife and maybe a favorite band of hers.
Marked Men.
Yes. So, Marked Men.
Best band in the world.
And all the bands.
Reds.
Yes, I actually made a little list in case I forgot. Like the Markmen, the Red Dons, Radioactivity, the hex dispensers, the high tension wires, the bad sports. I love all that stuff. I'm always on the lookout for something like part of that family, let's say, like a one member or two members of any of those bands, a band that like I haven't heard yet, right? And I found one like just last week, and it's great, and it's on Dirtnap Records, right? So it's not the Steve Adamic band. This might be like a bit of a sleeper hit in this style. Let's find out.
Mind Spiders.
Oh, that's a good one too, right? The Mind Spiders are great.
Radioactivity.
Low Culture.
Oh, wow. JoJo.
Yeah, I was so happy to get this because I just like anything that is in this like world of like whatever you want to call it, Dirtnap punk, Marked Men punk.
I'm going to send. Wait, hold it up. I'm going to take a picture.
It's called Screams. Low Culture.
Hold on. I'm going to text JoJo right now.
Dirtnap Records. 2013. So it's already like 11 years old, right? I think this is their first LP. They have another one I haven't heard. It's like got one or two members, or maybe one member from the Markmen. I think the bass player.
It's Joe.
Okay.
It's the bass of the Markmen. But
Thanks,
it's
man.
his band, kinda. Like he writes a lot of the songs on it and sings and stuff.
So good. It's like I was like, yes, another one. I can't get enough of this stuff. So here's another one in that kind of style. It is in that style, but like there's kind of a little bit of like early like super chunk that creeps in.
Yeah, it's
a little bit, which is great, and some Buzzcocks, which is an obvious one. But yeah, it's always a happy day to find like another sort of Marked Men adjacent or related band.
What's sort of interesting about that is the way the Marked Men and those guys write their songs, because you know I've toured with them and been with them in Spain. I'm friends with them and all this stuff. So you sort of know the interconnections. It's like Radioactivity is Jeff's band. Marked Men is sort of Jeff and Mark, really, you know. And the way they work is they're quite specific about what they want, you know. Not in a mean way, but they're very specific. And, you know, the Marked Men is you know, Joe plays the bass in the band, you know, and that's how they build it. And Radioactivity is Jeff's band, and anyone in the band, it's like, here's the songs, this is what we're doing. So Low Culture was his thing.
Okay.
You know, on his own, and he's one of the loveliest people in the world. So that's a really great hit, Mike. Really
well,
great.
I mean, I was happy just to kind of get it, and then look, and then I was even happier when I played it, and then I looked it up and something. Oh yeah, okay, no. Mark,
that's a deep cut too.
I was going to say, like, is this a deep? You know, is this a bit of?
I'll shout out to Chris from that band.
Oh yes,
Chris Mason from Las Cruces, New Mexico.
Yep.
Who's got Dirt Cult Records as well. Yep.
That's a great label.
Yeah, he's a really old friend of mine. I met him. I don't know when, but he booked a gig for my old band in Las Cruces years ago, and we've been friends since then. Good guy. He's been in tons of bands as well. I think
he's still in bands. He's
no, totally.
I just something he was in. Great guy. We played with those guys in San Diego, and they were lovely. And everyone in the Marked Men, you know, they always say don't be heroes, but like the nicest fucking people in the opposite of what we were talking about, like the Bristol scene '87.
They're not from Bristol.
Honestly, they're the nicest fucking people, and then they just decimate when they play. It's mad. Like all of them are so good, and you know, in some other universe, they'd be hugely famous.
I mean, almost every song is just like a hit, right? It's just incredible, like songwriting, just fantastic.
Yeah, we filmed them on tour across Spain, me and my mate John, and watching a band annihilate every night is weird. Like when you see these people get up there and they're very humble, very nice, and then they kick off and it's just mental. But they could do it every fucking night, and they would be so good. And the Reds, if no one's heard the Reds, fuck.
I just actually bought that Reds record also at the same time as I bought. It was in the same like stack in the shop, so I got that too.
Oh.
But it's funny because, like, okay, so one of the first times that Paul's in the chat there, I showed this band called the Reds, but it's not that Reds, it's the old band, the Reds, right? And that self-title is amazing. And when I bought that Reds record, I was like, hang on a minute, this sounds a little bit like the Mark Men and all that, and like, maybe they did kind of get some influence from that, the Reds, and then they called their band the Reds as well, which I thought was kind of funny. But
who knows? I mean, the Reds actually essentially was the Mark Men. What happened was Chris went to Japan.
He lived here, right, for a couple of years,
yes,
right?
He did. So did Jeff.
Okay.
Jeff was there for a long time, but the reason the Reds split up was that Chris went to Japan. So because they're nice guys, they're like, oh, we're not going to keep going with the band. So they just changed the name, and Joe joined.
Okay, gotcha.
So essentially, the Mark Men was the Reds, but with Joe. They changed the name. The same way the Novice was a Japanese band.
That's man.
And it became Radioactivity because he didn't want to do bad by the two Japanese people that were the Novice.
We're in the Novice, right?
So anyway, the Novice single, by the way, that's a sleeper killer. If you can find that one.
There's another. Didn't he have like another band when he was in Japan as well? Like something the Balloons.
Oh, Lost Balloons. No, but that was here.
Okay.
And Yusuke, who lived in New York.
Okay.
But it was the same ring of people who were in Radioactivity and stuff. So they toured, they played here and stuff, and they did a couple of LPs. But Novice, basically, the Novice was his band. He'd written all these songs, and he met these two Japanese couple. Mm-hmm. And the guy's wife couldn't play the bass or anything. And Jeff said, don't worry, I'll teach you. And then they actually came to Texas and played at Chaos and Chaos when the single came out. And then he changed the name to Radioactivity, the same songs.
Fantastic. I didn't know any of that. That's amazing. I think the Novice were on Snuffy Smile, I want to say.
No? They were, I'm sure they were on Dirtnap. I'm sure one single. But essentially, the Novice, when they first played here, it was with Mark from the Mark Men, one of the guys from the Bad Sports, and Mike from the Mark Men, and they were still called the Novice. Okay. They did like a few gigs, but then he was like, oh shit, and changed the name. But the songs are the same, except the B side of the single they never played again, which is one of the best songs ever.
It's fascinating stuff, for like what you would talk like a contemporary group of musicians. It's all just amazing.
Killer.
All right, Brooksy,
right. I'm gonna fucking break it up then.
You go straight in, no build up.
Skip lickers.
The skip
lickers. Mind fucked. Right?
There we go.
Okay, so I'm going to get to Death to False DB on the back. Right?
Too much of that about.
I heard about this band and I was like, this was 2009 or something. So I wrote someone, I just like the name, obviously, Shit Lickers, blah, blah. And they do a rip-off of like Anti-Cymex and all that on their other records. But they hadn't done a record yet. They'd done this demo. And I was like, oh, they're recording the single. I said, well, send me their email. And they go, they don't have email. And I'm like, okay. How do I get the shit? And he goes, well, they live in a squat in Sheffield. And I was like, okay. And then he goes, well, they've got the singles coming out. And I said, all right. How do I get it? And they said, I don't know. Here's the address. So I fucking put money in an envelope and sent it to England. And 6 months later, they sent me Mind Fucked, which is the maddest shit. It's so mental. So, do any of you guys know the band Rat Cage?
Yep. Yes. Yep.
That's the singer of the Skip Lickers.
Sheffield. There you go.
Sheffield. So they did 2 singles and a split single, and it is so mad. You know those records you put on. You know what it reminds me of is bands like Nervescade from Portland.
Oh, okay. I saw that once.
Right, like where you're just like, oh fuck. It's like that. Like it's not even like
you're a bit scared of it.
Get it. You just put it on and go, oh fuck. It's that the whole record is just absolutely fucking mental. And I've listened to it so much that I actually like ripped it to download to put on my phone so I could listen to it, because obviously. But the fact I had to send money in a fucking envelope to Sheffield.
Wait, so it's not on Spotify or Apple Music?
Apple Music.
No. But also, it's not rare. You just can't find the fucking thing.
Can't find it.
They're all sitting.
There's 2,000 of them in a squat in Sheffield.
Yeah. But
Skip.
But when I couldn't believe it. And I talked to some people back home and I was like, how the fuck do I get hold of them? They're like, you can't. Oh, that guy was living in this squat. He's not there anymore. I was like, okay. But I did get this one letter from the guy with this record. And the whole thing is just, the song titles are Words to Society, Mind Fucked, Drink, Skate, Puke, Disease, Tear It Down, Job's Worth.
There you go.
Yeah, so Mike said he has one Skeptic as a single. The other one is the rip-off of the Anti-Timex record.
Okay.
Which is just as good. And then they do a split. But they're all easy to get because no one knows who they are. But this is...
Until now. You've blown up this spot now.
Yeah.
This is my 2009. So it's 15 years old. But you know what? The same era, there was a band from Leicester called Brain Dead who sound like that too. Like just completely unhinged hardcore. And no one knew about them. And they just put these records out and disappeared. So that's my hit.
Nice.
Can you tell us their address where we can write to order copies?
Yes.
I have the address in 2009. Well, now the guy's in Rat Cage and they're really popular. So
now he's available. He's out there. He's
yeah. Now you can hit him up. That might be a lie. Actually, it might even not be him. That might be a lie. But I hope it's a lie. But I think it is the singer. Is the guy who?
It makes sense.
Anyway, that's my top tip.
Beautiful.
Brilliant.
Soak your stamps as well when you write into the skip.
Yeah.
The skip.
Yeah. I wonder if that still works. Soap your email.
Soap your email.
Soap your email.
Yeah. Well, that's that. When you say you put it on and it sounds really, really mental, made me think of one of the things that I had pulled over here that wasn't on my initial list, but it was one that I kind of brought in later that isn't unfortunately readily available, whether in a skip or by post or whatever, unfortunately. But similarly, the sound of this record is unlike anything else that I've ever heard. But it's an older record, and it's one of the first records that I picked up from a local band that made me realize, there's actually some stuff locally going on that I can get involved in, being a kid from the schemes, not a sophisticated city cat. And it's the Stretchheads.
Oh.
5 fingers, 4 fingers, a thumb, a facelift, and a new identity. And the cover of it is like a person like that's spontaneously combusted. If you can see that there, just their legs are left. And then the guys on the back are doing all these kind of mental things, and the song titles like Asylum Suck, Skin Rip, Shape and Cleanse, Semtex. They do a cover of Kylie Minogue's I Should Be So Lucky. In front, Spling, Chicken Fish, Cancer. It's brutal, but in a it's like noisy and hardcore and Ramones influenced, but sort of also noise rocky. But like fast but not thrash. It kind of clatters along.
I like
and
it.
The singer was a large sort of skinhead bear, intimidating gay man that would leave the stage and get in the face of everyone in the crowd, scream in their faces, lie on them, stand on, lean on top of them, knock them over and sit on them, just like scary. And again, it's one of those things where I was a bit younger and a bit intimidated, but this band were. It was one of those things where it was genuinely like you were scared watching them. Yeah. But sweethearts, as it turns out. And this guy with a bag on his head was the drummer, but he actually worked in the record shop where I bought it, and I didn't realize when I was buying. I bought this record from him, and he must have been like, "Oh, great! So one person's come in and bought the record." But anyway, this is like a seminal. This band was a seminal experience for me. I wouldn't be the person I am without it, for better or worse. So but
is that Blast First? That's not Blast First, right?
It's not Blast First. This is on Moksha, which was the same label as a band called The Shaman. If you're familiar with The Shaman.
Okay.
The Shaman started off as kind of like a jangly pop band before going to techno or whatever. So this it's on this label called Moksha. This guy called Charlie Kosh was like the label guy, and has since, the reason this is not available is he has since held this record to ransom for £10,000 if anyone wants to reissue it. And so this has remained out of print for 40 years or whatever, 30 years it is. Anyone that's tried to reissue it, he's said no, 10 grand. And so I think the band are basically saying just bootleg it or whatever, but it's a shame because this is the one that should be out there. They have a few later records on Blast First that got progressively also weirder as well, and into more kind of like dub experiments and stuff like that. Still great, but that's the one if you want the total experience.
They're quite legendary in England too, because like people kind of liked him, and they were known as sort of the sort of who you talked to in Scotland back in the day was the people with the Stretchheads. If you were, bands were touring, it was like they knew everyone.
Yeah, Stretchheads and Dawson probably more so.
Dawson too, but
Dawson, man, I was sat here thinking, and that Dawson was the band that I was trying to think of.
Yeah. So that drummer guy that I was telling you about, who was drummer in the Stretchheads, later became the drummer in Dawson. Okay. And then this guy, Mr. Jason from Dandelion Adventure, became the drummer in the Stretchheads, and then later became the drummer in Shank.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, wow. I saw it, Mission Records here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so it all comes full circle.
There's always some connection.
That. What's that, Tim?
There's only 10 people in bands.
Exactly, yeah. We're all passing the same 10 quid around as well. Like records.
Good shout, mate.
That's a great one. Yeah, I remember that was definitely one you'd be sat there listening to John Peel, a bit of reggae going on, maybe some Japanese hardcore, and then like something like, I don't know, the Dog-Faced Hermans or like
Dog-Faced
Stretchheads or
I can't stand
bread and butter.
They make my fucking teeth rattle, but
that's my well-fired rolling butter.
I know. I do appreciate it.
I like it more now than I did back then. Definitely that kind of sound,
Shout out to Mike Shulman in the chat.
Don't do some fucking. Oh, by the way, yes, my dog. It's not a cardigan. It's more of a sort of a polo neck, roll neck.
There you go. Let's get it right.
So I'm wearing a cardigan.
He's wearing a cardigan.
Alan's wearing the cardigan.
He's wearing a pullover type of event. But anyway, carry on.
This cardigan purchased from Dees of Trongate.
Thanks for addressing that important.
Glasgow. Just shout out for Dees of Trongate.
Yeah, there you go.
Way of life.
Live it.
All right. Briggsy, it's your...
My second one here might be a little obvious. Maybe not. Solo records by people from great bands are very rarely worth a damn, I would say. But this one, when I don't remember when I first picked it up. But it was just sort of there's nothing else in the store. I'm just going to buy this. I don't want to leave without buying something. And it was cheap. This is some later repress, but I think this stands on its own, and it is A to Z, the first Colin Newman solo record.
Brilliant. Amazing.
It's flawless. Straight up.
Seriously.
This record is just as good, I would say, as the first 3 Wire LPs.
No,
Yes.
no, but
The track and Jury is better than any song on those records, I would say. That's weird.
it is good though. No, I'm going to give
record.
it. It is good. It is good, but it's not as good as the first two Wire albums. But
the third one's their best. 154 is their best record.
No,
there are songs on that. There are songs on A to Z and the Swimming Fish, the Singing Fish one or whatever. There are songs on that would fit 100% would have fit on any of the first three Wire records for sure. Definitely. Like
it also has Robert Go to Bed on drums, so it's half of Wire.
Yeah.
it is a hit. Has it been reissued?
Several times, but not recently.
So it's pretty easy getting it.
Yeah. I think the CD.
I think I've only got the CD, but yeah.
What year is it? Like 80?
1980.
That's right after 154. So it was probably being written when that record was coming out.
There you go.
It is a good, that is a good. Did he do other ones after that?
Lots. Well,
oh shit.
5. I like them all.
Oh shit.
Is that the best?
You like any old shit though, Briggs, in fairness, but
they're great.
Great. You're saying all 5 are great.
Of the Colin Newman solo records, Commercial Suicide is great.
Great.
Singing Fish is fucking weird, but it's really good.
Okay.
What's the white one with like?
Don't know. I'm definitely not getting the third one, mate. There's no fucking way. There's absolutely no way I'm getting the third.
I got them.
So
the thing is, Tim, you will though. That you will.
I know. You know me, Al.
Because I never used to like anything after the first 3 albums of Wire. And then, but I bought all those records, and then I was like, eventually you listen to them, and you're like, they click. Because you listen to them the first time, when you first get them, you're like, what the fuck is this shit? And eventually it clicks. You just have to like.
Yeah, something
like 90
time, right?
At that point, I'm so slow in my uptake on music that I was talking about acid music the other day, and my mate was like,
the new
thing.
Oh
no, jungle and drum and bass. I said I didn't really like drum and bass and jungle.
Yeah,
he goes, because you're like a child.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Addington wants this. There you go, Paul. That's what. Actually, we were just talking, Paul, before we got on about. It's not about showing rare records because that's fucking bullshit. Like it definitely got to be. You know, so far all ones were like, oh shit, it's those records.
Yeah.
Like, they're not.
I'm sorry, I brought out a record that is hard to get,
but it's not.
But maybe Iron Lung will pony up the 10 grand. Jensen, if you're watching,
pony up the 10 grand.
Or maybe chip in 5 grand from Jensen, 5 grand from Michael Kasparis.
Bingo.
I'm going back in to dig deep because I didn't know Briggs was coming in with this shit because I was told I wasn't allowed.
You weren't told you weren't allowed anything. Let's clear that the I wasn't allowed.
I was just going to bring DJ Funk records on Dance Mania.
Why didn't you then?
I just gave some gentle suggestions.
Well, no, I've got some other bits. You're all right. Don't worry. Don't you panic, guys. Don't panic.
We're not panicking. Don't panic, Mr. Manning.
Yeah.
Are we out of time yet?
No. I did not realize the CD has extra tracks, so I'm definitely.
Yeah. Matthias, there you go. Yeah, extra tracks on the old.
Thank you, Mr. Reeks.
There you go. All right, I'm changing my order again because I'm feeling confident about this. Okay, just to sort of set the scene here, I'm not going to jump straight in, Brooksy. It's all about the build-up, Brooksy. About the.
Is it? What's the build-up, mate? 1 minute songs, mate.
You know what? That's a Karen complains about that as well.
So I have a pile of about 10 to 15 records that I've been meaning to like show like one by one for the past year or so, and I always like bottle out of it because I'm like, I don't know how to like do justice to this record with my limited vocabulary kind of thing. But I'm going in. I'm going in with this one, and I actually had a nice surprise at the end this morning when I was doing like some last minute research. There was a nice surprise about this record. It's a new band, Feel It Records.
Oh yeah, okay.
Feel It Records.
Feel It Records is a good label. Let's just say that. This is from 2021. The band is from New Orleans, I think. It's their debut LP. They didn't do any singles or anything before, as far as I'm aware. But like for a debut LP, it's absolutely fucking mind blowing, like how good it is, and it's incredible. And I put off showing this. I don't know why it's stupid. I'm showing it now. Let's have a look at it. It's a little bit. The cover's a little bit dark, but talking about Waste Man.
Yeah.
Oh.
And One Day It'll All Be You is the name of the record. I can't believe this is like a kind of young contemporary band's like first album.
Oh, look at you guys.
Look at us. Wow. This is the funny thing. As I was just, I better do a bit of research on this before I, look like an idiot. Lo and behold, Allan reviewed this record for Maximum Rock and Roll.
Oh, that's why I've got it.
Only 3 weeks for Al.
But he gave a very good review, right? I don't know if you can remember your own review, but you did give a good review. Astonishing record. I mean, the spiel is, it's early SST. It's like the Meat Puppet, Saccharine Trust, all that kind of stuff, right? That's the angle from the label. There is some of that in there. Let's be honest, but I don't know, man. They got their own thing going on. Great songs, like kind of scratchy guitars, a little bit of wire in there. I don't know, man. Midwestern kind of feel to it, but with a bit of early SST. But just like the songs are incredible on this. Beautiful, beautiful record. I've been playing it a lot since I got it last year, and I don't know why I waited until today to show it, but.
Because I'm on and I reviewed it.
Well, I didn't know that though. I didn't know that until like 5 minutes before.
Also,
right.
He just brought out the most obscure shit in the world, so you're like, fuck it, I may as well.
Yeah, it's like that was like the cherry on the cake. It's like well, actually, I was reading the review, and then it's like, old McNaughton wrote the review.
Oh yeah.
Bring up your own review. Refresh your memory. What did you write?
My memory. I'm looking at it. Yeah. Just getting my fingers dirty on the newsprint.
What did you write about it? You said.
I said, well, I'm not going to read the whole thing. It's unusually long for a maximum review. But I said if Rocket from the Tombs hadn't branched off to Pere Ubu, but channeled that weirdness into a Midwestern hardcore band.
Yeah, it's got a very Midwestern feel to it, right? But it has like more oomph and more like of a punk edge than like that early SS, like Meat Puppets. It has like more of an energy to it. I want to say to those bands that were written, and it's not like countrified. It's kind of like I don't know. It's more kind of brittle and like,
a little power poppy, but
yes,
but like scratchier and not
scratchy guitars, very like memorable, tuneful songs. Just a great record, and it's absolutely phenomenal. This is like this band.
Feel It Records is just like, and Jordan's pointing out they just opened a store, which I'd love to visit one of these days. But I mean, it's a great label. Like, everything they put out is worth checking out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Different. It's more. I'm not going to say. I suppose it is like a bit of a kind of more of an indie pop kind of a label. It's definitely like it's not a hardcore label. That's for sure.
No, but it's punk as fuck. I mean, it's like because it's not hardcore, but it's like down to earth and like DIY. Like these bands are DIY and they're lifer. A lot of these bands are lifers, like the Cowboys and stuff like that are on there.
Right.
Like, and they're just like,
and
they're doing weird shit, and they don't care that whether anyone notices or cares. And there's good ideas. All these bands have good ideas. I think Silicon Prairie is on there as well, and then
that band Motorbike, of course, out of nowhere.
Even Promises, of course, were on there.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, one of my favorite bands the last few years.
That first Sweeping Promises record is incredible, right?
Yeah, it's so good. The second one's great too.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're dynamite. Second one's on Sub Pop though.
Right.
In the US. It's on Feel It everywhere. It's on Feel It everywhere else. Or no, it's on Sub Pop everywhere else to Feel It in the US.
Okay.
I just know because I wasn't allowed to put it on my top 10 for maximum this year.
Sub Pop is not allowed?
No, unfortunately. I think that's they're like, I don't know. I don't read the fine print. I don't know where
just
where that cut off is now.
Check it out. Honestly, if you like good music, it's just honestly this kind of really like blew my mind how great this record is for Waste Man and One Day It'll All Be You. Feel It Records. You know what? Just before Brooksy comes in, you know there's people out there who say there's like no good music around these days. I want to say there's almost too much.
There is too much.
I agree with you. And we were just talking here because we're definitely the clock's ticking on all the cunts on this fucking square. But we have all been witnessing people talking online from scenes we've been part of for many years, saying, talking shit about there's nothing good, blah 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 blah, and it's like we are overwhelmed by too much.
We can't keep up with it. Right? There's so much good music.
So much good music. There's so many good live bands, and everyone's like, "Oh, they were fucking redoing something." I was like,
"No, not." I mean, honestly, Waste Man. There's some influences in there, but I haven't heard any record that sounds like that record.
I agree. Like I listen to so much new stuff where I'm like, yeah, it definitely leans into that or that. I mean, Briggsy puts out, the Fuerza Brute LP, fucking brilliant. Ultra Razia, fucking brilliant. Different, yes, I hear it. And people
there was never anything original anyway, even back in like 77, so whatever.
Exactly. And then you see these bands, it's like, oh, you're going to go and see the Buzzcocks. I'm like, no, I'm not. I want to see young kids play. Sorry. No, I want to see
monetized.
We did Crown the other day that Briggsy was there for.
Right.
Briggsy helped me put the show on. Crown from France. It was a bunch of young people in bands playing, all ages. From 45 to 18 in bands, and they were all different, new, and interesting. And all these people that say there's nothing new, they're not listening, man, because there's too much.
Paul's obviously hanging around with all the right people.
Well, Paul's lucky that he doesn't talk to people that are saying that, but
but it's all the time. But the thing is, for me, is my thing is if you want to go to see the Buzzcocks and all that, I'm not judging anybody. Do that. I'd rather go to a warehouse show and see something that's gonna be weird. That's just me. Like, I don't judge anyone that wants to go to Holidays in the Sun and sees all the old bands. Go see Menace. Go see Antipasti. Fine. No, fine.
I don't want to go to Holidays in the Sun or go to a warehouse show and see young kids playing.
Right.
Get my feet up in front of the telly with a cup of tea and
that's EastEnders reruns.
In fairness, Alan, that obviously
I've got Britbox. I don't need to go.
Obviously, I'm not going to. But if I was going to pick one, it would be the warehouse show, not Holidays in the Sun. But in terms of new music, like honestly, I almost have to fucking turn my ears off because there's too much. And I'm overwhelmed. I'm like,
it's like trying to listen to like people's online radio shows and read blogs and all that and try and keep up with stuff, and it's impossible. Like there's no, and then like
but the thing to do is just to keep up with what you can.
Yeah.
My thing is I can't. I don't have enough hours in the day to listen to just all the new shit, which is basically what I do. I just mostly listen to new stuff. That's either I'm mostly listening to new stuff for whatever genres because I'm constantly moving, and it's like, yes, I love the old stuff, I do dearly, and I'm about to bring
show some now.
But no, there's too much new stuff, and I think the problem with the punk scene is that these old people get stuck thinking that their time was the time, whether it was 77, 84, 87, whatever the fucking time was.
Like it's like Daniel said, when my band broke up, it was all over.
Right, like their time is the time, like 2000,
and the time now is like not as good as the blah blah blah.
Right,
blah, blah, blah,
and
blah,
the time, 2024 for the kids is the same year as seeing What Happens Next in Lifehole, or seeing Ripcord and Heresy, or seeing Disorder and whatever. You know, it's your time. So to me, and sometimes I admit, I go to things I'm thinking, whoa, that is their time and not totally mine, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
But but musically, a lot of the new stuff, I'm just like, oh shit, this is fucking killer. You know,
it's actually, it's nice for me, man. It's good to be old because you don't care. It's like, oh, my mates are going to judge me if I say it like this. No, it's like you just can, like, your ears are open, your mind's open. You can go wherever you want, listen to whatever you want. I love it, and I love being like 57 and being excited about like a new power pop band from Finland or whatever. It's great.
I just got the Real Losers LP, which I'm not bringing up, but an English band, Real Losers. They sort of sound like rip-off band, but I was like, this is fucking killer. Young kids just banging it out. I'm loving it.
It's great.
Anyway, am I up for the next one?
I was going to say, whose turn is it?
I don't know. I think it's Briggs's turn.
Right, so I'm going to go because of Briggs's shit. So, does anyone know about the sort of Zamrock phenomenon?
I have dabbled quite extensively in the Zamrock over the past.
How extensively?
I've got like Witch, Amaz, Power, the Black
Peace.
You put me on. I've got a couple of compilations.
Sure. Did you send $500 American to Zambia to a random person to send you records or not?
No, that will be you, right?
So I'm not showing those, but I am going to talk a little bit about the Zamrock phenomenon, which is quite easily digestible. It gets much bigger if you go down that road, but it's quite digestible because it's quite easy to get because it got reissued here, like you said. Amanaz, Witch, who are quite popular.
There's a whole bunch of the Ngozi family. Is that stuff like? Yes, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to show this one. And so the Ngozi family, they did tons. And I didn't realize till I was buying records off this guy in Zambia. I started buying records off him, and then we became sort of pals. And then he started getting me the real shit. He got me all the Witch originals, the Peas.
What?
Ngozi family. Oh, I've got boxes of them. So Ngozi family, they did tons, loads of knots on Discogs, talking about rare records. Like they don't exist. But they did get reissued here.
They did.
And this album is... So it's Paul Ngozi he was a really big deal. He did loads of records. It was actually quite popular. But his whole sort of family did records. They had this band, 75. It's hard to explain. It's like almost like sort of lo-fi Black Sabbath.
It's very like Hendrix Cream. With their own stamp on it, right?
Yeah, it's like Cream, but this one's the heavier of the lot.
It's so raw. It's crazy.
It's so raw, and I don't think you need to dig all the way into all these fucking singles I have. You don't need to, because all this stuff's available. You go buy it, and everything by this lot. And if you see Paul Ngozi's name on it, he did some weird reggae shit, which is fine. And I sold it for loads of money, but it's shit. But, my favorite's the Peace, Black Power.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
That's my favorite. But
the Apostles Banker Woman, that's not Zambia though. Maybe that might be Nigeria. Carry on.
So I brought this one just because it's a bit heavier. It's like the heaviest Zambian record. So anyway.
Have you seen footage of any of these gigs? I've wondered what these gigs are like.
So yeah, I talked to the people back there because I was born there. I was born in Zambia.
You were born in Zambia?
Yeah, my dad was a miner, and so I was born in Zambia. My uncle grew up there.
Elon Musk's dad. He was a South African miner, or owned a mine in South Africa.
Of course he did. We didn't own.
Is it kind of similar to that?
And we didn't own the mine, mate. We didn't own it. We just fucking worked there. But what was weird was that when this was happening, which was like 70 to 74, 75, no one on the white sort of side of town knew what was happening. So what it was the people that worked underground, they'd work with the local people and they would sort of swap records. And my uncle worked the Peace Corps. So they would sort of go in and out of the townships. But like my family were just like, you stay over there, you stay over there. So they had no clue. And I've talked to all these people in my family like, have you ever heard this shit? And they're like, nope. And the only one was my uncle, because he used to go and hang out with people, and they'd play these fucking records. And the Witch were fucking huge.
Right.
Like hundreds and hundreds of people at their gigs. They flew around Africa. They had the whole thing going on. And the same thing, Gozy Family. They were like legit
big bands, right?
Big bands, yeah, big bands. But
I want to say that like that Witch, Lazy Bones was the one that kind of opened the door a little bit, like in the West, like in to people who hadn't heard any of this stuff before, right? That.
So that label, ZMP, is the label that put the Witch out. So I assumed, as we all do, there was 6 or 7 bands, right? Probably that's about it. No, ZMP did 800 releases. So there is and it's not all that sort of Western influence. A lot of it's more Zambian, which actually I like more.
Yeah.
I like that more. But these people were putting out records like fuck. Like there's thousands of these things, and there's loads of bands like the Centuries that no one's reissued. Loads of them haven't been reissued yet, but like the Crossbones and the Five Revolutions were another one. They would do a mix of sort of traditional and sort of Zamrocky. And Gozy Family were much more sort of Western sounding,
right?
But it is pretty fucking raw.
It's like that guitar solo is fucking.
But you know, all they wanted to be was Cream. They just if they
they didn't have the equipment, right? No. So that's the beauty of it. They were playing on this very primitive equipment, and
So anyway, that's my hit.
That's a great one. Yeah, Robert was just saying I have that record, but it does have a different cover. It has them like.
Yes, I have the other cover as well. So there is another cover, which is actually the other cover's better. I couldn't find it. But yes, there is another cover, which was the original cover.
Okay.
There are 2 reissues of it. And there's one that has it written above and below, and it's them, I think. But yes, there is another cover.
It's fun. Just to expand on this a little bit, I feel like people loved Lazy Bones, right, by Witch. And if I remember, like, that kind of got a little bit of traction. So they went back and released, like, the earlier Witch record, which isn't as good. And so maybe people kind of, okay, I'm kind of done with Witch. Lazy Bones is the one. No, there's ones after Lazy Bones.
Well, they did some disco-y stuff that's a bit...
But the one, like, the 2 just after are also, like, are really good.
Yes.
In fact, like,
so they did a box set. There's a box set with them all, which is really good. So what happened was the guy went back and he found the guy who worked at a radio station. He was like, oh, my God, these are the only fucking records. And AIDS was a big thing in Zambia. And a lot of these... I mean, basically everyone from the Witch died, right? Except the singer and the one other guy. So they found the singer in a diamond mine, these European bros, and they were like, oh, we want to reissue this one record you did. And he's like, we did 7. And they were like, oh, fuck. So then they sort of they're playing, they're touring.
Yeah, they're on your album, like last year or the year before.
So it's the singer, Jagari, which is because he's used to move like Mick Jagger. It's him with these younger bros. So they basically went and found this stuff, and bit by bit, there'd be people come out of the woodwork going, what about this fucking amazing record that no one knew? And they're like, oh, fuck. So they're.
That's crazy. Well, the one they just reissued, in fact, it was yesterday, Now Again Records reissued with Janet.
Yes. That's
and I think it's the first standalone reissue so far, as maybe outside of that box set. So I ordered it, but it hasn't obviously come yet. Yesterday, it just literally came out yesterday. So yeah, crazy.
And punks like Portuguese French punk, the music punk, they punk out music reference. Yes, true. Chrissy Zebi Tembo.
Yes, that's another one. I'm sat here like
killer. That one's an absolute. That's a murderer, and also super easy to get. Great review. Yeah, killer.
So hang on, the reissues are like mostly Now Again, right? Are doing the
no, not always. I think the Chrissy Zebi Tembo wasn't Now Again.
Okay, Finders Keepers.
Not sure. They've been around the houses because they did a Zamrock box set. Okay, and that's been done a couple of times. And then someone did Blackfoot, which is this one.
Oh man, that's the first time I've ever seen that.
Yeah, so I've got the original as well, but this is the reissue. So it's a ZMP Legacy series, and this is on Strawberry Rain.
Okay.
Weirdly, these are actually quite hard to get. I'm like, oh my God, that's like $50 to buy now. But the Blackfoot's another one of my big favorites.
Nice, man. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
All right. I'm out.
Is it me?
It's you. It's your turn.
Well, before we got on to the Zamrock, like you mentioned something about hearing a new power pop band from Finland.
Yeah, as a bit of a hint about my next pick, actually.
Okay.
But go for it.
Ooh,
well,
you got something to say about
that. Well, speaking of, it's not really power pop, but I was ordering records from Justin over there, and on his big cartel or whatever it is, there was a record that caught my eye from the description, so I ordered it, and turned out to be really great. And it's a Finnish band. It's this band Teini-Pää.
Oh yeah,
that's not what you were going to talk. Okay, good.
No, that's not my pick. No.
Yeah,
I thought that was going to be your pick.
No.
Teini-Pää. I think I'm hoping I'm saying it right. He's a bunch of young ladies and a couple of guys from Finland, or I guess one of the guys is from Canada. And anyway, so this Justin sent me this record, and I've listened to it a lot since then. It's really great. I would almost liken it. This is not what they sound like, but it's almost like we were talking about the Mark Men and the Reds and all those bands. To me, it's got some of that same energy of like just sort of like each song is start to finish full on, just like a catchy hit. They've got harmonies, they've got like all stuff that I like, but it's not like a lot of bands have a similar sound, but they don't have the songs, and it is about the songs. And I mean, I don't understand a word of what they're saying because it's all in Finnish.
Doesn't fucking matter, Allan.
Doesn't matter.
I know what you sing about. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no one knows what I'm singing about.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it may as well be in Finnish. Yeah, so brilliant. And I know that Justin, obviously, I'll put in a plug, Justin, for your new 7-inch. I've got a new 7-inch out. You can order this right now.
Is that on Warthog speak? Warthog speak?
Vaguely.
Yeah, I do another label called Vague Absolutes. That's more less hardcore, no oi, no hardcore, just more melodic.
This band played here last week, or well, I guess 2 weeks ago, and were like so good live, such nice people. Justin spent a lot more time with them than I did, but I think he'd probably agree. So yeah, this is my tip for the top.
That's a very good tip, Al.
Finland, Helsinki, and I asked them, have you played anywhere else in Europe? And they haven't. They haven't even played in Sweden. They haven't. So it's like I really feel like they should be down touring around Europe with this
Maybe
stuff.
with the neutrals, Al. Maybe with the neutrals.
We don't tour. But they should. No, but they're young.
Right.
So that's the crucial factor.
It'd be a good mix, though. You know what I mean?
I think their shows in Finland are pretty big.
That's what I was asking, if they play a lot of shows in Finland, and they said and I was like, what? Like
that LP and the one before it. That's actually their second album.
Yeah.
Both of them have sold through several pressings already.
Really? Is that Soit Records?
No, it's called
Soit, Silti.
Okay.
I'm going for a wee.
Okay.
Go ahead.
But Justin, have you thought about re-releasing this over here?
No, not really. No, I'm sure it's a possibility.
Yeah.
But they're so good. They were so good at that show. They were so good at the other show I saw. They stayed with me for like a week.
So, I mean, here's what I'll say is going back a long time now, back probably like almost 30 years, I reviewed the first High Vis record for Maximum Rock and Roll. And it was really good. And as I said in my review, like if this band weren't from Sweden, they'd be massive. Well, they went on to become massive by being from Sweden.
Yeah.
And there's no reason I don't think, well, maybe because they don't sing in English, that might be the one thing that like, is in their way. But they should be as big as the hives.
Wow.
So, over to you, Justin.
Is that?
Right.
Is that?
Sorry. Any
When did that come
questions?
When did that come out? Was it this year?
Last year or
Last
the year
year.
before.
Last year.
Either early 2023 or the end of 2022.
All right. And can we get the name of the band one more time for the
Teini-Pää, which means
Okay.
teenage head.
I didn't know that's what it meant.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's genius.
I know. Jesse told me that he was wearing a teenage head badge, and someone was like, "That's a great name for a band. You should just call your band that and finish." And that's what happened.
That's perfect.
Nice.
That's great.
How to find it?
Find it.
I don't know. I think it's currently sold out.
Damn it! Here I am again with
Spell it. Spell it.
Teinipaa. The 7-inch I just did is around the. And
Yes.
there's copies on the way.
There you go. Paul.
Kazu has copies and Punk and Destroy.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Maybe not yet, but they're on the way.
They're on the way.
Yeah. All right.
There you go. There is Paul. It's in print there for you, Paul.
That one's around.
Yeah. Teini-Pää is awesome. Yeah.
Hi, Liana. You're right.
Man, I don't know about you guys. I'm having a very good time. Cheers.
A lovely
Cheers.
sober time.
I'm at home. It's always a good time if I'm at home. My missus just said, "What are you doing in there?" And I said, "We talk about records." She goes, "That sounds really fun."
That sounds nice.
Yeah,
Like, I'm glad I'm in the other part of the house, right?
yeah, well, I'm not listening to you fucking dorks. Actually, you know what? So I do the radio when I do the radio show, Side to Radio SF,
Little plug.
every 2 weeks, and when people come in, like Allan has, we just do this, and then in between you go, "Oh, we just played this thing," and then we spend 2 hours just doing this
Nice.
every time.
Off the air, though. Off the air.
No, we have to on. Okay. Yeah, then we just go, "That was whatever," and then we carry on chatting. So it's sort of the same thing.
Paul says he missed the garbage. Paul, I'm thinking, it's 12:22 noon 22 my end. So give it about 8 to 12 minutes, and you shall hear the garbage truck man and his merry.
Sweet.
Oh.
I can't believe my dog hasn't done any coughing yet. It's kind of amazing.
It hasn't. He will, or she will. All right. Where are we?
Me.
Yes.
My next pick.
Don't
This
get
is
weird,
another one I
Briggsy. Don't get weird, mate.
Don't get weird.
Oh, it's going to be weird.
Oh,
Looking
it
at that record more
wasn't
than
going to be weird.
most other things for the last few years. This artist has newer records than this. They're good. But this one always kind of stuck with me. It's an Italian artist. She's an electronic musician. Mostly does the bucla, sort of like Susan Ciani does, but it's much darker, much more just heady, I guess. But it's Caterina Barbieri.
Okay.
That album is called Ecstatic Computation. I don't even know how to explain this thing. It's awesome. She played.
There you go.
She played here sometime last year, and it legit brought a tear to my eye. And I looked across the room, and there were several other people just crying their eyes out.
And that's a good thing.
It was insane. Like, she plays with this like metal prosthetic thing on her arm, and just kind of stands there and just makes electronic music.
In
It's
fairness,
not dancing.
it sounds shit, but
It's not dancey.
let you have it.
What?
I said, in fairness, it sounds shit, mate.
No.
Be nice.
I'm being nice.
Break the vibe.
Briggsy,
I'm gonna send this to you.
I'm probably.
You're gonna love it.
You know what I fucking listen to, so
No.
yeah, I'm fucking exactly.
That's that. She also did a concert in the cone of a volcano and filmed it and made a documentary about it. It's pretty.
Wait, what kind? Is it like ambient electronic or like beats electronic?
It's very rhythmic, but it's like bucla programming, so it's just like synths, and I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know, like you know the stuff I listen to.
Sculpture Garden in Texas, but then there you go.
Sorry.
Where did she play here?
At the lab.
Yeah, I remember I saw like footage of that, and I was like, "What the fuck is that I'm seeing?" Maybe
is it weird ambient sounds?
Yeah, it's kind of is, but it's pretty rhythmic and like it's great for running. I listen to it when I run a lot.
Okay.
It fits the foggy morning San Francisco running in the park.
Definitely send it to me because I'm a massive electronic music guy.
I know.
And send it to me because I'm a massive runner.
I can do it for like a month.
Like if I'm going to miss the bus.
Actually, no, I haven't heard it, and I am interested. All jokes aside, because I was going to pull some electronic stuff, but I thought it would like derail.
You were told not to.
But I could, I just did the radio show with Luke Viber, who's friends with Airfix Twin, and sort of I grew up on that stuff, and I went to, I was really into the Detroit techno stuff, but I also really liked sort of more soundscapey ambient stuff as well, global communications, all that kind of shit. So I'm always down, as is Al. Cut of E's down your fucking neck.
It doesn't really sound like an E vibe.
Nah, everything's an E vibe. Everything's a fucking E vibe, mate. Come on. You listen to Skip Leckers do it, you'd be good.
Maybe an edible.
So that's that.
Good shout, Briggsy.
Justin, how do you spell it? How do you spell it?
It's what is it? Buchla. Like it.
Can you?
No, what's her name? Cat? Is it C? Katrina with a C or a K?
C.
No, also,
he said
Buchla,
which is the instrument that she plays.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Katerina Barbieri is her name. A Buchla is like a modular synth kind of thing.
A modular synth. Okay. Gotcha. So modular synth, Paul. That's what it is.
All the punks are like, minds exploded over the fucking Discharge records.
This is what happens when you get old.
Who's the youngest on this call?
And I'm the youngest one here.
This is less than getting old.
Oh, is it my turn again? Cheers. Cheers. I think I may have alluded to Finnish power pop. There you go. So I'm gonna give my actually there you go. Yes, that's what the show is all about. Like we force people to spend money.
Good. Keep the economy going.
Keep the economy going.
Neutral's new LP is just out, by the way. If you want to get in the bank,
grab it.
Send out
Not yet.
Next week or the 31st, so you can pre-order it.
There you go. Sorry, Mike. Sorry.
That beautiful. Okay, so cheers. My most played record of last year was in fact a Finnish power pop record, which I played that record to death last year. I'm talking about the Plastic Tones. It's the name of the band. Plastic Tones is the name of the band.
Don't know.
And the record came out on Vox Populi in Japan, which is a singer of schizophrenia. I think it came out in Finland too. But man, when you put a label on a kind of music these days, it's post-punk, it's power pop. It's not enough just to fucking slap the label on it, right? There's so much more to it. So, just saying power pop is not going to really sum up how great this band is. Anyway, the album from last year was my most played album from last year, for sure. The Plastic Tones. They have a new record out. It just came out 2 days ago. And of course, I'm super excited, and I just picked it up yesterday. So, I haven't kind of sat with this record long enough. I played it 3 times last night. It's in the format that a lot of people don't like. Not a CD, it's vinyl.
10-inch.
Yes.
Fuck.
It's 10-inch.
The worst format of all time.
Yeah, I know people are going to complain about this, but here we are. we can't Turn back.
I can't look at that. It's like watching someone play guitar with their left hand.
No, you just like you're stuck in a sweet shop.
Wrong.
But fear not. Not only is it a 10-inch, my friends, it's a 10-inch.
Gatefold.
Picture this.
Old.
Oh. What? That's even worse than a regular.
And Obi. All the things. All the things.
10 inches. Am I right?
All the things everybody loves.
Wow.
So this is what we've got. You know, we've got the 10-inch, the gatefold 10-inch. It's fine. I love this band, man. So let me just talk about the LP from last year. I already did like once on this show, but I'll just kind of to refresh people's memories. It was just a great power pop record called actually Power Pop Testament was the name of the record. But like every song was like a hit single on that record. It's like crazy, like just amazing songs. And they added like a real like neon lights, you know. It was very like 80s and shiny and bright, even though it was power pop. It had this like real like kind of sheen to it, which
like
worked.
city rock, kind of like city pop or whatever.
Yeah. Yes. In fact, that was the description in the blurb. It was like they kind of injected some like Japanese like city
200%.
pop into like power pop. So it's like it's just this amazing atmosphere that they got on the record from last year. It's beautiful. Absolutely amazing. I love that record. It's a classic, in my opinion. This one, they've kind of like gone back to basics a little bit more. It's just like bass, guitar, drums, vocals. The singer's amazing. She's an amazing singer. This band, beautiful singing. Beautiful
How long have they been around for?
They've not been around that long. They had a first album came out on CD. They have a 7-inch. The second album came out last year, and then this is the new album.
So recent.
They're a current band, band. And the singer is active in other bands in Finland. Actually, so Allan, when you showed that band, I was like second guessing myself, thinking, is she in that band as well? But I don't think she's in the band called Kissa as well, and another Finnish kind of pop band as well. The singer of this band, but man, okay, 5 songs, power pop. Like honestly, the first song on this record is just worth the price of admission alone. It's just an incredible it has like a darker edge to it, this record, than the last album. It's not bright and neon lights and disco balls and mirror balls. It's more like it's kind of like a darker edge to it. I love this band, man. I think it's amazing. They're an amazing current new band.
Never heard of them.
For sure.
Yeah,
I think the problem is that the record did not get the record didn't get very well distributed in the States last year. So
right.
I mean, I think a lot of the Finnish stuff doesn't.
No, it doesn't at all.
I mean, like Briggs was saying, that band came over and, he put the record out, stuff, and like people here were like, huh? But they're big in Finland,
Yeah.
And I mean, also the records were put out on a Japanese label. So Finnish band, there it is.
That's the garbage truck?
That's the garbage truck. Yeah. So it's like, Finnish band, Japanese record label, not much US distribution, but man, this band is so good. It doesn't get much better than this.
Good hit.
I bought the first single when it came out and I loved it. I just looking at their Bandcamp now, I had no idea they had so much stuff.
Yeah, I mean, this kind of came out quietly, yesterday or like 2 days ago in Japan.
I'm gonna definitely look into that.
Do they sing in English?
They sing in English, yeah.
Oh, sellouts.
Yes. So, yes. They just came to Japan. I didn't go and see them. Can you believe that? I think it was on a week.
How that's what I would do.
I would
totally do that.
I was
this is my favorite record in the last 10 years. Oh, they're playing 5 minutes away.
It was a Wednesday night. It was after work.
Yeah, exactly.
They could be playing next door and I wouldn't fucking go. You know what I mean?
Right. So I'm not going to pretend that I didn't go. Anyway, Plastic Bones. Check out Power Pop Testament from last year. It's on Bandcamp. And then this is their brand new 10-inch called, what's it called? Jesus. It's called We're All in This Together. It's the name of this record.
All right.
Plastic Tones.
Beautiful.
Looks like there's a hot tip on getting it on CD from a distro.
Yeah, I think. Well, I'll give you a tip after the show. I don't like. Let's leave it at that for now. Okay.
Well, Daniel's just on here in the chat.
No, there's just a kind of
10 records on CD in my distro tomorrow. There you go.
Oh, there you go. There you go. I didn't.
What's the name of this distro?
Yes, Daniel. What's the name of your distro? We'll put it up in the in lights for you. Man, I love this band. So honestly, I was playing the first because I bought this. I was playing the first album again last night and kind of comparing this one to the last one, and it is a different vibe, but they're both great. There you go.
All right, I'm up next, I guess. Fucking hell.
Yeah, man.
Getting weird. I thought it was going to be straight ahead. All right, so I could be Absolute Contempt Records.
It's where you can get the plastic tones.
Yes, plastic tone. All right, thank you, Daniel. Appreciate you.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, so Allan, I could be wrong on this. Scottish band, drummer was in Lush. Also in Hardskin.
No, you're wrong. Yeah, but
I am wrong. Okay, all right, that's what I thought. All right, go.
So the original drummer in Hardskin was in Lush, but he passed away briefly. Actually, took his own life tragically. Okay. And then Scott, who's the current drummer in Hardskin, is Scottish. Nipper, and
was in
other bands. Which
so he was in. Okay, so I got that wrong, but yes. So the original that was in Lush, which everyone mind blown, was in Hardskin. So yes, the next
isn't that how they got Mickey to sing on that Hardskin record? Is that?
Oh, because they're all mates. They're all mates. London indie glitterati. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Rough trade crew.
So there was a demo that came out in '83. Fucking hope I'm right with this being Scottish. And it sounds like the Mob and Zounds.
Oh.
And it's one demo and they put it out on a one-sided record. Allan, is this Scottish?
I don't think it is.
I think it fucking is, mate. I'm gonna look it up. I'm sure it is.
I've got that record.
Yeah.
So,
don't do too much Google. Let us know in the comments. Touch of Hysteria, right? Touch of Hysteria.
Yeah. Incredible.
That's sealed.
It's amazing.
That's sealed records, right? Or demo tapes?
Demo tapes.
Demo tapes.
Sealed. So, okay, so it's on sealed records. All right. I thought this is Scottish, and it was a demo tape, and there's 5 songs on it, right? And sealed records is obviously our mates from Hardskin and Paco and all those London heads.
Yeah.
But they remastered, and I hope they remastered because it sounds.
This is Scottish.
Yeah, all right, mate. That's not this record, though, is it?
Show anything Scottish.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't have anything.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know why I thought they were fucking Scottish. Wait, Chris Ackland from fucking Lush, you cunt. Like,
yeah.
This is Chris Ackland from Lush. Apparently. All right, please comments.
Yeah, let us know.
So Chris Ackland from Lush.
Anyway, I thought it was English. Anyway,
yeah.
Either way, it's 1983,
right?
And it sounds like a cross between the Mob and Zounds and Subhumans, maybe.
Oh.
And it's one-sided. It's a recent reissue-ish, but apparently it's
out there, right?
It's out there. It's not like you can't, I think people are looking for it, but it's not that old, But it's one of those records that sort of turned up and you're like, I love all that shit. I've got all the Crass records. I've got the Mob and Zounds. That's my shit.
Yeah.
And hearing something...
It's not one of my picks. But 12 Cubic Feet is also just came out on sealed records. And that also sounds like Zounds in the Mob.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. So this one,
Sealed records, let's give them a shout out.
Sealed records.
Brilliant.
They're the iron lung of reissues. Like everything's fucking
100%. So actually, this was demo tapes, which is the same people.
Same people, yeah.
It's the same people. Yeah.
So they did demo tapes.
Paco and Sean, right?
It's Paco and Sean. So yes, they are the iron lung of old shit. So they do like shock and all this stuff.
Of four men with beards. This is 4 men with mohawks.
Two men.
And actually, if you go on Bandcamp, you can get the Touch of Hysteria on Bandcamp and download it. Not much known about them, but it's so, because usually people are they're pulling out demo tapes out of their arsehole, and you're just like, yeah, okay, it sounds like it's recorded in someone's garage, fine.
Yeah, fine. Is it Chris Ackland from Lush?
Yes, that's what it said. Sure? That's what. Keep looking. I'm talking. You look.
Yeah. No, but anyway, yeah. So yeah.
Why are you fucking Googling? I'm chatting. You Google.
We don't like Googling on this show.
It says members Chris Ackland from Lush.
Yeah, no, I believe you. That's great. So
I just looked on the internet.
You were right on the Harskin connection.
It is.
But you're not right. But it wasn't Scottish.
It's not Scottish.
Not Scottish.
Yeah, but Harskin. Definitely.
Fuck! I really wanted to have something Scottish for Alan, and I feel really bad now because I thought that was Scottish. But anyway,
sure, I've got plenty of Scottish for everyone.
Touch of Hysteria
Scottish in you?
Is one of those things that you can totally download it. It's not hard to find, and it's as good as any of those original Mob Sound singles. Do they sound like Political Solid? They sort of do, actually.
They don't have the heavy metal guitar player, though, right?
No, they don't have the guitar. Actually, there is a bit of Political Asylum in them, actually, in fairness. But yeah. It is Chris Ackland and his brother, and they're from Ambleside. Where's Ambleside, Alan?
The home counties.
Is it?
You thought it sounded.
I don't think it's fucking Scotland, mate. No, I'm sorry. Okay, next you can move on to.
I just want to say something connected with that. One thing that maybe it's been done. I'm not sure, but one thing that if it hasn't been done that I want to be done is the Null and Void demo.
I don't know it.
Yeah, that's it's Joseph Porter, from the Mob and Sounds. That's like a band they had in the Yeovil area. That demo is up there with the Mob and Zounds, and it might have been put out on CD, but I want.
Is that people that ended up being in Thatcher on Acid?
Yes, I think there's some connection there.
So then another hard.
It is really good, yeah.
Yeah, I want sealed records or demo tapes to do that really on a really nice reissue. Is the Null and Void.
I have on good authority that people who do those labels listen to this show. So
Paco does.
By the way, Ambleside is the Lake District.
Okay, not the home
Ambleside. The
Lake District is almost Scotland
in the name.
It's one of the guys from Lush.
It's almost
the Lake District. So I did think it was Scotland, so I apologise.
It's almost Scotland.
Anyway, it's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a great one. Yeah. Shout out to Paco.
Paco and Sean, yeah.
Oh, fuck off, Paco, you can.
No, amazing shit.
Amazing. All right, Al.
Let's see, how many have I done?
We're on round 4 now, so we've got 2 more to go.
Wait, what was my third one then?
I don't know.
Teini-Pää.
Teini-Pää, you're right. Yeah. Sorry, my organization's all off. So 4. So this is another maybe Justin has some stuff to say about this. I was there's this guy around here, Glenn Donaldson, and he's a musician. And he's in a band called the Reds, Pinks, and Purples, which are very much kind of like melodic indie pop, a little bit Smiths, a little bit Bell and Sebastian, kind of very soft, wimpy type of stuff, but really, really amazing. I found it's not my pick for this right now, but I'm getting there.
You mean in general, it's not your pick?
It's the build.
It's not for today. In general, it's my shit 100%. I buy every record that he puts out. It's really good. I love it. Reds, Pinks, and Purples. If anyone's out there, check it out. going on tour in the UK soon. But Glenn is from Fullerton, California, and he's very much grew up like in the same kind of milieu that we all did, and loves a lot of like hardcore and punk and stuff like that. Really informs a lot of what he does, and a lot of the lyrics. There's a lot of some references to punk and hardcore and stuff in that in there, which I like to spot, kind of train spottery stuff. But anyway, he also posts on Instagram a lot of stuff that he's listening to or what he's been checking out. And the other day, he posted, he'll post like four pictures of records of like what he's listening to, and one was this band called Apology, which were on Wishing Well Records. He posted 4 records that were on Wishing Well. Uniform Choice, Blast, I can't remember what the other one was, and Apology. And I hadn't heard Apology. And it's apparently Mike Gitter from Triple X Fanzine on vocals, and Brian Baker's brother on guitar. So I only heard about this the other day, so I don't have the record yet, but I checked it out and listened to it on YouTube, and I'm going to put this on my want list. But the name Apology and also the sound of the band made me think of the band Sorry from Boston.
People love that record, don't they? They love it.
So, well, there's this one. This is my favorite, but they also have this one. This is their first record. This is their second record, and really amazing, kind of sort of progressive post-hardcore, but not post-hardcore like where it got into like the kind of Fugazi type stuff, but more just like mid-80s, coming out of hardcore, but bringing in some other influences. And the first one, I hear a lot of kind of Proletariat, kind of post-punky type stuff. And this one, I guess, a little bit more kind of Mission of Burma. So, I mean, not a massive shift from one to the other, but it's but like really tight songwriting, really kind of spicy guitar playing, really good, like kind of nothing. It's not clean, it's not polished. But if you look at the picture, but what I love about it is the picture. If you can,
I was about to say
they look like
They look awesome.
Boston. They look like they're going to like Yale or Harvard or whatever.
It's a kind of alternate Minor Threat kind of.
They were from Rhode Island, right?
I think Boston, or
I thought they were from Rhode Island. It's kind of like Dag Nasty.
Oh,
yeah, Dag Nasty, a good reference.
I like both records.
How did they get to that meeting where they talk about the record cover? Some cunt turns up with that and goes, "What do you think of this, lads?" They're like, "Yep, that's the picture."
Yeah, but that was like 1988 or something like that, right? That was like
madness. How could you allow that to happen?
This one has a child with their penis out on the cover.
What is that?
Pick your king.
It looks like Friends. Like
it totally looks like Friends.
Well, that's why I love it. It's
I love that shit, but like
fans that don't look like fucking punk and then come out and just kill it.
Do you think that those dudes meet up now and go, "Should we have done a different picture?" Or nah?
Well, the singer's dead, but maybe the other ones are.
But
they're probably all professors now or something. I don't know.
That's a $3 record because no fuckers go through that. And
you know what? I reckon it used to be.
I'm fucking buying that fucker though.
These are cheap.
Never heard it. Never heard it. Look at that cover. Mental.
Paul thinks the first one's better. I don't know. So this one they cover Wire. On the first one they cover Mekons.
Mad.
So that gives you an idea of where they were at and where they went to. Never heard it.
It looks insane. But
is there a Trip 6?
They're both great.
I mean,
Trip 6?
No, there's definitely not.
No.
I don't know what that means.
You know, it's mad when you see a record. Like, Alan, you just showed me a record that I have never seen in my whole life.
Really?
Ever. Never seen it. Never even heard of it in my life.
I've seen people talking about it. Actually, I've never seen it either, but I know people.
Oh, it's so hard. Bingham.
First saw us at Adam.
Bingham, you're doing that shit. You love that shit.
They are dressed like Bingham right there.
Hard.
Oh yeah, the way it's called. Yeah, it's called The Way It Is. That's the
Yeah, it is.
Right.
I get it.
Okay. That was a deep joke, Matthias.
Yeah, that was a deep joke.
That was a good one.
Deep joke. Got it.
I'm getting that one out. That is tight cover.
Bingham likes the cover. Bingham likes the cover art.
Of course he does.
Of course he fucking does.
He's right in the middle. He's the cover right there.
He's
that cover. Yeah. Now he's the middle guy. He's the one with the red legs.
He's all of them put together. He's the guy in the red Harrington. He's a lot.
That's a lost art. That record kind of cover is no fuckers putting that one off right now. I swear to God.
You know who it is? You know who it is? Spiritual Cramp. Spiritual Cramp is doing that in their next record.
I've never looked past it because I've never seen it. But I'm buying it. I've got Discogs, mate. I'll buy it from home. But no, honestly, I've never seen it. And also, why hasn't no one told me about it before?
I'm telling you now.
We're telling you
now. No, Alan just turned me on to a band from the other day called the Cataran. Never heard of them.
Oh, the Cataran?
Fuck.
The Scottish Huskadoo?
Fuck. He turned me on to them like 6 months ago. I bought all the records twice by accident.
Who?
The Cataran. The Cataran were Scottish, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely
100%. So good.
Yeah, the Cataran were great.
Great.
Yeah.
Sorry. Off piece.
Yeah.
But that's a good hit, and I'm gonna get that record out.
Awesome.
I'll trade it to the Cataran album I got for you. Not the one you already have.
Nice. All right.
Don't get weird, mate. Don't get weird.
Not getting weird,
mate. Don't get weird, mate.
Whatever. I'm staying local here. Local, current band. I think they were around for a little bit before I realized they were a band. This record was definitely already out by that point. I'm just The Losers.
Oh yeah, but not The Losers though. But yes,
this is a current San Francisco band.
Yeah, not Nottingham's Losers.
Not the Nottingham Losers.
Bless their hearts.
Huh?
Bless their hearts. they're not losers. They need more like self-esteem.
Yeah.
Well, they're great.
Or Google to find the real losers. But anyway,
they're awesome. It totally hits that 82 Bay Area hardcore sound, like Sick Pleasure, Bad Posture, that kind of stuff. It's just snotty and bratty, and the guitar player is great. They're all really good at what they do, but I don't know. It works. It works right. I feel like we were in sort of a rut of regular hardcore around here for a minute. But yeah, The Losers.
Yeah.
You win, we lose.
Water
Under the Bridge Records from San Pedro. Huh?
I don't think I've seen them, but they've been playing. I've sort of missed them.
They play a lot.
They played with Mark Mann.
Oh,
they did?
Yeah.
Obviously, because I'm a cunt.
At the Stock Club in Oakland.
What you should do is send them the Losers from Nottingham song, I'm a Loser. They should cover that. And then they'd be perfect.
No. I'm not going to do that. How do you know they're not perfect already? You've not heard it.
The Losers. Hang on, let's get this correct. That's a current band, right?
Yeah.
This is a current band from San Francisco.
Right.
Yes. Nottingham Losers associated with suicide. Yes. Trolleys. Yes. Yes.
And Lloyd from the Losers was the singer in Concrete Socks for about a week.
And he died.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
What's that got to do with Justin's pick?
No.
Right. There was another band called The Losers, which
I
bet
there's another band called The Reds as well.
The Losers, Nottingham.
Let's just focus on. Let's not take this shine away from Justin's excellent choice here.
Okay, good, excellent choice. Sorry.
Yes,
exactly.
But Nottingham Losers did a split with Coitus.
Shout out to Justin, keeping it real, keeping it local, keeping it current.
That's right.
Yeah, let's double check. What label's that on? Just
Water Under the
Bridge.
Water Under
San
the
Pedro
Bridge.
label. I think some of them are from San Pedro.
Yeah, the singer is.
Yeah. Minutemen.
I'm muting the dog cough.
But I showed a Minutemen record. I was this morning.
Yeah.
There you go.
San Pedro. It all comes back around.
All right. Cheers, everyone. Last round.
That's right.
Last round.
For records. Not sure about beer.
Fuck. All
Don't worry. It's my turn. I'll jump in with my 5th pick. So after my big rant about like new music and like young bands, I'm going back to 1984 for my last pick. But there's a good reason for this. This is kind of crazy actually. That this came to be. Let's go back like 83, 84, LA punk, like Southern Californian punk. So many like classic bands. Anyone have a favorite? Like, you know,
SD,
Adolescence,
Anti-Descendants,
Agent Orange for me.
Agent Orange.
Island band, but
there's tons of them, right?
Yeah.
If we could keep going, but like for some reason, and actually we will find out the reason maybe why. Like this band never is mentioned in the same breath as like those other bands, but to me, like this album is like as good as any of those like classic LA SoCal punk bands from that era. It has a bright pink jacket, and it never got reissued until like Record Store Day this year. So there's only like you can either get the original on like Toxic Shock, or you can get the reissue from this year, which is absolutely crazy to think about. It's a fantastic record. It's like top quality SoCal punk. Any guesses?
Right.
Wow, he called it.
No, I didn't call it. David just called it.
Dave Weinstein.
Dave Weinstein called it.
American Dave.
American Dave
toured with Iconoclast.
There you go, David. We were talking about you before.
I said it because I saw him write it.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah,
nailed it.
It's crazy. Like this is up there with like. I mean, okay, so I'm not going to say like it's as good as the Adolescence Blue album, but it's up there.
It's pretty good.
It's good. It's a really great record. It never, ever, ever got reissued until like this
crazy.
month.
Because you could buy it for 10p for fucking years. That's why.
I know.
Could you? I don't know. Like,
no, that record was expensive. It still might
I've actually never heard it,
Wasn't.
and I want to hear it because I anything that's got a suicidal writing on it, I've got to listen to.
Well, the guy that did the cover is the world famous Norman, who did what did he do? He did the Tooth and Nail cover.
Yeah.
Tooth and Nail comp. X single he did, but like he hasn't done much. But White Girl single. But this is like
great.
Classic.
That Decry record is really good.
It's
really
like
good.
Classic SoCal punk
Really great.
of the
It's
era.
weird that it flew under the radar. So you had a theory on why it flew under the radar. What is that?
Well, I just because it had never been reissued was like my theory, but like why nobody ever kind of thought about reissuing this like back in the 90s.
Haven't talked about it that much either, really, have they? I mean, it's a great record.
It's a great
Did they
record.
maybe not? Did they not tour a lot or anything? Because like I mean, a lot of those bands did go out on tour, and so like if they didn't,
yeah,
maybe Pusshead didn't like them, so he never talked about them in Thrasher, so they never went anywhere. I don't know.
Who knows, man? But like this is up there with one of the greats. It's like you know the undiscovered gem that you never kind of knew about. It's crazy. Great stuff. Great stuff.
Great record. Looks great too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Colours killer.
And as a bonus for you, it's on lovely bubblegum pink vinyl, which you didn't get.
Yeah, but no one likes coloured vinyl, Mike. You know
exactly.
That. No one likes that, mate. Fuck that. Let's have it black vinyl, mate.
Yeah.
No coloured shit.
This is funny. You're right. You're absolutely right.
I mean, in fairness, like Paul was saying, like there was a lot of stuff that this is slightly different, but like there was all the No Mercies and all the like suicidal stuff that was similar time that now are kind of collectible because of suicidal, but they sort of flew on the radar too. You know, a little bit Excel and No Mercy a bit later, but Decry were definitely. There was so much Circle One and all this shit was coming out. I guess it. Just...
I mean, they were on a compilation single with MIA and Love Canal and as well. So
one other band.
Yeah, the Half Skull.
I guess there was just so many of them.
Yeah.
At the time, like they just sort of, if you weren't on the right tours with the right people, you know, you just sort of disappeared.
Yes, Bobby. Fuck. You tell them.
Yeah, fuck. You know what? I agree, man. Like, we don't need. I mean, I
don't care. I don't care on a record like this. I don't want I don't want a Miles Davis reissue on splatter vinyl or something. You know what I mean? I think certain things it doesn't matter so much. Like other things, you do want just a plain black. For this, I guess it's like let's match the lovely pink cover and do a pink vinyl.
Yeah.
Thing.
But in fairness, when I put records out, they're like
very.
It's cheaper if you do it on some bullshit color. And I'm like, all right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
Slime Gang records on some bullshit color because they were like it's $100 cheaper. I was like, fine.
Yeah, I think like stuff like the splatter vinyl with the etching on side 4, things like that. That's when we're getting into like unsavory.
I thought that was what Briggs was going to be showing one of those today, but he didn't.
We still have one record to go, Tim.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not over yet. It's not over yet.
It's funny Paul saying Stickers Over Bedrock was reissued before that.
Right, I know. They reissued so much bullshit.
Yeah, I looked at that record today.
They fucking reissued. Have you seen the amount of Faction records they've done?
They did all the Faction records, right?
And then everything they've ever passed by in the street, they put out. Like a demo from their bedroom. Like,
for what it's worth, it is a member of the Faction making those records.
It's funny. So it just says like 1984, 2024 on the, and that's all there is. That's all you get for this record.
Oh, talking about melee, that band Anti,
another great, maybe slightly overlooked.
Okay, so I just got to review a record which was the cover is them in 1981. The songs are from the 3 LPs. They're re-recorded with a new band, but sound exactly the same.
Wow.
I have no idea why.
Re-recorded recently?
Yeah. Like last year. And they sound sort of the same, but the cover is them young. I think it's one guy. He's getting a rinse on it. But I was like, it sounds fine, but like Anti records aren't very hard to find. But
no, they were all kind of reissued too, right?
Yeah. So they did this new album anyway. Moving on, is it me?
Yeah, your last round.
Okay,
the Abandoned record was reissued, by the way. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going for one that is throwing into a genre that lots of us, I think, like. Some people don't know where to go, or what to do with it, right? Late 70s reggae dub stuff. Where do we go? We go there.
Horace Andy.
All-timer.
King.
Absolute all-timer. That record is incredible. Yeah.
So the reason I brought it up was because I'm sure there's people that are going to watch this going like, where do I go?
Or I don't like reggae, right?
I don't like reggae. I don't know what to do. And I get it because I fucking did it. I didn't know what the fuck was going on for years. God knows. We didn't know what we were doing. You know, we started doing soul and rocksteady nights. I didn't know anything about roots and all this stuff later on. So Horace Andy does some absolute killer 70s roots stuff, right? But this LP, he does the root stuff and it goes into dub and they're mixed in the same track. So the tracks they literally just blend. So it's like a mix of 70s really killer roots reggae, but with dub. And this label, Wackies, is a really great label.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is easy as fuck. They're pressing 1 billion of them. Like you can find it down the street. Like, but it looks hard.
It does, man. It's like,
you know what I mean? Like you want to see that record when you're going through your records, don't you? Do you know what I mean? You're like, this is, this is going to be a good record, you know?
Yeah.
But it has a perfect mix of of roots reggae.
But it's like listenable, right? There's tunes.
Total tunes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But it doesn't have its like classics. It doesn't have Skylarking in that, but it has Money, Stop the Fuss, but it's just a really great fucking killer record to put on. You know what I mean? When you got people over, like
beautiful, man, beautiful. And let's not forget his like beautiful like voice, like in the higher register.
Amazing.
I mean, all his shit's great. I got loads, but this one I think is just because the record looks hard. It's a great label. Wackies is a really great label. So it's sort of like a tough record to have. If you know about it, you like all this shit. Huh?
Look at the gig that someone just posted that's happening.
That's my mate Dave. He's my
Saka, there you go.
He's my work
Adrian Sherwood, Creation Rebel, also great shit.
Oh man, you know what? I might be in Osaka in September 12th. Nah, probably not.
Yeah.
I will be.
You will be.
This one is, of all, I think is his best. And I could have I was going to go for the DJs. I was going to go for something earlier. I was going to go for some heavier dub, but I think this is just a nice mix, right?
That's a good like starting point, right?
Yeah,
for sure.
There's also ones with like him with like an acoustic guitar on the cover and stuff, like which look a little bit more mellow and like.
Yeah, once you dig deep, you go nuts. But like, if you don't really know,
that's a good starting point. Absolutely.
Like, if you don't know anything about reggae, go get that.
Yeah,
and you're good to go. And that's if you do, then you love it, and so we're good.
That's like an all-time. That's a classic, absolute classic. 10 out of 10. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, that's going to be hard to follow. You should be on the. You should be around the.
And on that note, see you next week.
Right. So I'm going to go back to Scotland, but bring it right up to the minute. Brand new band, newish band, brand new record that just came out on Meritorio Records of Spain. But this is a band of a bunch of people in Glasgow that are a bit younger than me. I don't actually know any of them. But the band is called Dancer. It's just came out, and the album is called 10 Songs I Hate About You. And it is actually I played a track off their demo time when I was on your program.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was killer.
Yeah, so it's a little bit. If anyone remembers the band from a number of years ago, Life Without Buildings.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of that in there with this sort of like, in some cases, not all the songs are like this, but in some cases, sort of like spoken vocals over kind of rhythmic, almost mathematic post-punk. So a little bit of that kind of math rock thing, but a bit more, a bit rougher, a bit maybe a bit of a slant six, or kind of like some like DC-ish influence in there as well. And then maybe a little bit of this is no one's going to get this reference, but El Hombre Trajeado, which is like another, or Ganger, some other Glasgow bands. But so in the lineage of sort of off-kilter Glasgow indie rock, post-punk, but the new breed for 2024, Dancer.
Good shout. Very good shout.
I've been meaning to listen to that record. So
yeah, it's good.
It's now on my list.
Great.
Mine too.
Physically.
New one for me.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Good shout. Good shout.
So that's me. All right, I'm going to log off now. Night, lads.
I don't know. Thank you.
Get tucked up with City Lights on BritBox. By the way, City Lights on BritBox is really good if you haven't seen it.
I don't know, I've seen that one.
That's really good.
The old program City Lights?
No. City Lights. It's like a cop show set in Belfast.
Blue Lights. Yeah.
Anyway, it's good.
Close.
Yeah.
All right, let's focus in on Justin Briggs.
All right. Whoa! There goes my chair.
Oh. You need to bring in a sub.
The moment Tim's been waiting for. This record is a one-sided 12-inch.
Waste of time.
With 3 songs. silk screened on the other side.
Waste of time.
For what it's worth, there is a 7-inch version of this also that
Which you should get.
No, we have to support
our friend. I know what this record is, so
I have no clue.
I know because I'll be clowning on it for a second, but it's good friends, so I know what it is, and he's right about it.
It's so good. It's like
so good.
It's a band from Paris. They just played here. I actually drove them on other West Coast shows, Vegas. Tim booked one, but he was not around.
I was at wedding. Basically, I just took the call. He did the whole show. But anyway.
I think I know who it is. I think I've got it.
So their other records are good.
Yeah.
But this one kind of just blew me away, really. It's nice you don't have to flip it because it's one-sided. You can just keep playing one side over and over again.
That's actually genius.
Yeah.
Yeah. All records should be one-sided.
It's fucking
banger.
This record is incredible. It's the recording is awesome. It's huge.
Killer.
It's just like the choruses are amazing. They get stuck in my head all the time. They gives you chills. The guitars sound like the Cult on this record. They're like super
good.
Oh wow.
Super flangy, and like you can kind of hear it a bit in the riffs too, but like it's definitely got that classic French group choruses, and they get called Oi a lot, but as their sticker tells us all, don't play
Oi.
So
when
you sold me on them, and if I come back again, I will see them this time.
Sorry, what?
I said you've sold me on them, and if they do come back, I'll see them this time.
They played in Chicago too, right? And
they did.
Yes.
And I only heard like good things about them. And
I'm going to do an also ran in a second, but
they are also some of the nicest people I've met in a really long time. As Tim and I were talking about this the other day, there was no like, oh no, it wasn't you, it was somebody else. There was no like getting used to knowing these people. It was like right out the gate, you were friends forever. And I think that I'm watching them for a week. That's how they interacted with everybody. Like,
wow, that's good to hear.
They just have like such a great presence as a band and as people that it's hard not to love, especially with this record. It sounds amazing.
Yeah, it does. It's really good. Really good. My also ran is this one. Sorry, I'm squeezing one in, but it's Felix in this band also too. Good. So he plays in Crown, and so I met him on the Claim Choice tour that I put on here, and he's like, Crown are coming. There's something about these kids from France, man. These kids from Paris and Lyon.
Let's take a moment just to sort of have some like France appreciation, because man, it's like.
But not just the music. Like these kids, like Claim Choice turned up. I picked up, they came in the house, picked them up, put the show on, and they were just like, I don't know, it was like it used to be. Like,
yes,
really fucking good people, like who were just juiced to fucking be there. And then when they played, they blew everyone's heads off because no one knew who they were. Half who didn't know who they were. But they came to fucking decimate, and they did it. But then in between, they were just the loveliest people, like we don't, I don't know. We're old, but I don't run into young kids who have that thing. Right, Briggs?
Yeah. You definitely don't. And especially with the energy they have to do all the bands they're in.
What other bands are they in? So
Felix he's the fill-in for Lion's Law. He plays in Claim Choice. He plays now he's in that Prisonnier du Temps band.
Jesus.
That record is incredible. Recidive, but I think they're not a band anymore. I feel like there's more.
Yeah, there's more. He's just a young kid. If you see the new Razor Cake magazine just came out, I did an interview with him about all the bands. Because they just... It's really cool to meet people that just bring sort of this live energy, this energy with them. And it's not just him. It's everyone in the bands they're in. Like all those, like I drove these kids around town and they were just the nicest, most respectful, fun, and then they smashed it. And they played with Spiritual Cramp, Ken Choice did. My also ran. This LP is amazing. You know, they look like skinheads, but they don't sound like skinheads. And I think the crowd were just won over. The same with Cran, right? They look sort of skinhead-ish, but they.
It's funny though because I'm in Japan, right? And like a lot of these French records, like for some reason, like don't necessarily like make their way over here. So like I found a guy on Discogs. His name's Sylvain. I think he's
because you got that queer thing.
Yeah, and I put in like an order for all the French stuff.
Syndrome 81 guys.
Yeah, I had the Syndrome 81, but there was like the Coup Gorge,
Kronstadt,
and the Litovsk records that never made it here, and so that's good. They're on their way, and I can't wait to get them. You know.
But so this label, UVPR, that's the Paris label that puts out Collision, are really great. The cover shit, band's amazing. Kronstadt cover shit, band's amazing. Claim Choice look like skinheads, not. Cran kind of look like skinheads, not. Like these bands, there's something about these French kids, man, and we don't have it here yet. There's some Briggsy's put some out from the Canadians and some of the Chicago kids, but really the French stuff is
it's amazing.
Really,
it's amazing.
Yeah,
that's a great way to end this week's show. Great show.
Brilliant.
Great show.
Thanks for having us, Mike.
Thanks for having us, Mike.
Yeah, we'll carry on chatting a little bit afterwards.
All right, turn these cunts off and then we'll
get rid of the riff-raff.
Fuck off.
All right.
Allow me.
Thanks for getting the chat. The chat was not as much. There was not enough roasting.
It wasn't enough.
Not enough roasting. Not enough. No, right. Well, now's your chance. Have a go.
Have a go at us.
Let me just announce next week's show. Sarah is checks on the show. Anne Lenore, Rachel Courtney. Rachel's in England now on tour with the Pissed.
Fuck! That's mad that the Pissed are on fucking tour, isn't it?
Well, they all got COVID and they had to like stop the tour. That's a story for another day. Maybe next week we'll get the inside story on that. Yeah. Thanks. Cheers, Pam. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Cheers, Pam. Yeah, Paul says this is where the fun is. The real shit talk starts off camera.
Nah, I'll talk shit all day on camera, mate.
I'll see you in a couple of weeks, Paul, and we can talk shit.
All right, let's wrap it up. Thanks for tuning in. It's a great show. As you say, until next time, stay healthy.
Dave, see you next week.
Stay.